All right, everybody. So we are going to go live on YouTube as well. So Find Out Fridays, it's every Friday. I will not stop doing these even when I'm getting ready for the marathon next week. We will have a session next week, although I'll warn you, next week's session may be early in the morning on Friday. So forgive me in advance if next week's session is early. Today's, of course, is a little bit later in the evening. So thank you, those of you guys that are here. Of course, we know that a lot of you are going to catch this later because it is a super inconvenient time on a Friday evening. Maybe you're showing houses or doing some other fun things out there in the real world, but I am in your world tonight, bothering you with a new idea again. And so here's what I want to show you this evening. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This should be a quick session. No need to turn on your cameras. I am not expecting anything out of you here at this moment. But what I'm going to want you to do tonight is to get into your Wise Agent account. Now, this is for exit strategy agents. If you are not an exit strategy agent, I hope someone watches this later that corrected me on my pronunciation of our own company's name. She keeps reminding me that I sometimes say it wrong in my excitement and heat of the moment. But if you're not an agent with us, you don't have this CRM paid for you by the office. I absolutely love and adore my friends at Wise Agent. I know some of them are right now flying to Texas. They probably are landing there just as I landed at home in Chicago. We got a lot of good stuff going on with them. And one of the things we just found out was something accidental. And what has always bothered me, regardless of the CRM you're in, I get communications from an agent that's using their CRM properly. They're sending out regular newsletters and messages, and you get this beautiful email signature in some communications. And then other ones, you get an ugly signature and none at all. And to me, your email signature is wasted real estate. That is such valuable real estate that you throw away when you're sending out generic emails. And so to me, I'd really like to focus on this evening, getting your email signature set up in a way that's going to get you a better profile overall, not just in those communications by email, but also across the board where you're going to get more hits on your social media. And it's going to create that social media wheel of life that I teach on and talk about so much. Why is it that I have more followers on social media than some of you? It's not that you have lesser content or I have better content. You have great content, especially some of you guys at Exit that are using your tools. I'm super impressed with it. You guys look better and more funny than me. Get it. I love it. But you are sometimes not creating that social media wheel of life where there's a call to action in the email signature or things like that. I do see some beautiful graphics in your email signature, but the problem is even with those amazing graphics, we have an in-house graphic designer at our office. They're not interactive. They don't do anything. And so why not use that space for the better? Well, our friends at Wise Agent already knew that. They're smarter than me. A lot of people are smarter than me, but I am annoyingly consistent. So one of the things that I've been consistent on for many, many years is my email signature. Well, as I was showing an agent in our office how to set up their Wise Agent signature, number one, I have worked with the team at Wise Agent to create a signature that I felt was more appropriate. And it also not only was more appropriate because it had more social media handles at the bottom, because some of you are now on TikTok, you're on YouTube. I didn't want to just have two or three placards or placeholders for social media. I wanted all the big ones, which is 6 of them. And then also I noticed that, when I send an email out, I wish there was something at the top, something that kind of was like a header, like a letterhead. Think way back. Now, some of you that are on this tonight are younger than me by quite a bit, and you may not remember letterhead, but I remember letterhead because I'm old. And I remember my mom typing on letterhead when I was a kid, and she had her business. And I thought, I always want to have letterhead. Well, then came email, and guess what? We've never had letterhead since. So I saw that Wise Agent had an email signature that also included a header, a top to it. And I said, oh, I want that for us. But they didn't have it quite the way I wanted. So guess what? I asked them, and within hours, they made one just for us. So I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. But then also, more importantly than just that, I know you're not sending out your daily communications to individuals in Wise Agent. I understand that. I'm not expecting you to. I'm expecting you to have a Gmail account because that's where the world is and the world is headed, is Gmail. And it integrates so well with Wise Agent. Now, this is not a whole class on how to sync all that stuff up tonight. This is a very simple class. We're going to try to make these classes more one big ticket item at a time. And then that way you can take that back and do that yourself or have me help you in the coming week. So, all right, where are we? Well, we're in Wise Agent, of course, and I clicked on an email signature. And it says edit email main signature. Now, the first time you do this, and remember, I went back and created a second account for myself just to be an agent again and understand it from your perspective. So you are going to create a main signature. So see where it says inside team. Guess what? Almost all of us are our own inside team, right? You know, this is even if you're operating, it's, for example, Tabrin from our office is on my team. He has his own Wise Agent account. I have a seat for all of you because he has his own clients that he doesn't share with me. So all of us have we are our own inside team. So Nick Liebert, that's me, duh. If you haven't set up the rest of your settings in Wise Agent, they have a really cool little orientation. They'll walk you through. They can even do it for you. You put your picture in there, you put your email, blah, blah, blah. Not going to go through that with you tonight, but there is a template name. I called it main signature. So this is my default signature. You can have more than one. Guys, don't complicate it. Use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. That I call myself stupid, not you, but keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, silly, maybe. Sender's name, that's obvious you. Sender's email, that is already put in there from whatever you have in your profile with Wise Agent. So you'll notice that mine is different if you're an agent in our office than what you're used to. I am kind of transitioning to a little bit of different branding for myself. Don't let that scare you. That is the email signature that I'm using in Wise Agent for tonight's example. You can still, of course, use the one you know that you've been using for years with me. There's a little box that says, make this my default signature. Now, if you click into email signature, it's going to give you a bunch of different options, okay? Now, I have played with almost all of these, and I didn't like them. You know, I didn't like them. There was a couple that had some good things that I liked here or there. There was one they made for Exit. I'm like, well, there's not enough social media handles there. And I wanted all of them, all your best options there. So you could take out the ones you don't want to use, but I didn't want you to have to add them because it's very hard to add. It's super easy to delete. So there is our template. It's all the way down at the bottom. It's called White and Teal 2 because they already had one for the company that I thought could be better. And what I love about this is it does have this letterhead feel at the top. You know, the teal is very bold on your cell phone. I do love black as a background. However, a lot of people have dark mode set up on their cell phones. Remember now, almost 80%, and in some statistics, over 80% of emails are opened on cell phones and mobile devices, not on a desktop or laptop. So they have to fit a certain way. And they also, you got to remember, if they're in dark mode, everything looks really dark. So if you have dark text, it looks pretty bad. Or I'm sorry, dark background against dark, it kind of all fills in together. It looks like midnight. So I did keep this teal with white as the background. And then all the information that where it says John Doe, it fills in with your information, your title, the phone number you're using, your website, and then your email address. And you can always change that stuff later, but then it'll have your picture. And again, I recommend you use the same picture you're using on all your social media as the profile photo. So it's very consistent. Because this email signature, I'm going to show you tonight how to, in 2 seconds, once you get it done, take it over to Gmail and create that as your Gmail signature. So guess what you're going to have? Oh, wow, a consistent email signature, not only in your CRM for these big marketing touches and e-blasts and newsletters, but also for your individual emails to people. Won't that be nice? Consistency across the board. We're going to talk Monday night at 5 p.m. Central on Monday Mondays about more marketing consistency. We're going to have our friends from our social media content provider on. You're going to get stuck listening to me about the social media wheel of life. The more we get consistent, the better. So, all right, you go ahead and you click on that White and Teal 2. Now, I already did it, so it will pop up just like this in here. and it'll say message. That is where it's just a default thing to remind you. That's where you type your message in a generic email. Okay. So that is where that's your email signature. And then you click save. Now, if you want to play around with different versions of this, awesome. I will let you note a couple different things or tell you a couple different things. If you want to, or actually you need to, every single one of these little symbols. So you have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Took me a second because you can clearly see I'm still new to TikTok, and YouTube. If you don't have one of these, you can just click on that particular icon and you press the delete button and it goes away. Okay. You press the delete button and that icon goes away and it recenters everything. So if you don't have a Twitter, or your Twitter is not maybe business appropriate, wink, wink, then you can take that one out. If you are, for example, not yet on TikTok, took me to TikTok, dragging and streaming. I now kind of like it. I still don't get it, to be honest with you, but I've got some followers and I actually learned how to do some new stuff that I sent out to you guys at our office in the Daily Dose yesterday from TikTok. There's some cool videos on there. YouTube, I'd love you all to have a YouTube channel. We just had coaching on that from corporate. But all of these, whichever ones you're going to keep, and I put all 6 because I believe all 6 are important. You don't have to have all 6. You can delete the ones you don't want, but you do have one extra step. You got to click on each icon. And then it's going to default. It's going to say twitter.com/ it's begging you to put in your handle. So I have the same handle everywhere. It's Nick Libert, except for TikTok. I had to find something different. And then you want to make sure the target is a new window. So it defaults, at least in my account, because I asked them to do a new window. Okay, you've got these other options. The reason why I like a new window is the whole point of this is when someone gets an email from you, whether it's through Wise Agent or through Gmail, the way I show you in a moment, that you're going to be able to then, when they get that, they can click on it to you. They can click on it and it'll open up in a new window. You don't want to lose that email with them. It'll open up a new window with them. I do see something in the chat. I'll look at it, I'm sorry, in a little bit. So same way with Facebook. You're going to put your handle afterwards. Instagram, your handle. And you'll obviously want to test them out to make sure you did them right. The one that's special is LinkedIn. They just have it as linkedin.com/. You're going to want to add in and then / your name, because that's the way the profiles are set up on LinkedIn. So a little bit of editing in each one quickly. And then you are done and you click save. But at any point, whether you want to click save first, I'm going to go ahead and click save just to be particular and show you that it just pops right back up there. And then guess what it says? Download source. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? I'll show you. So again, I did this during a coaching session the other day at North Avenue. And I was like, well, what is that? That is the entire signature that you can literally just go through and select all with your cursor. And it will take the entire thing to your Gmail. So you will then have this exact same, including the links, which I was really impressed with. I was like, I don't know how they do that technology embedded in the background, but they do it. So let's go into Gmail. And ignore my 8,000 unread emails from when I was gone. I'll work on that shortly. And then we're going to go into settings. So see all settings. So again, that little tool icon at the top. And then now currently I have a very beautiful picture combination graphic from our wonderful in-house graphic designer, Amanda. I am going to recommend to you that if you have that, consider adapting them elsewhere. You know, you can use them on all different things. Headers on your social media, like your YouTube channel, there's a banner at the top, Facebook banner at the top, but I have all this different junk at the bottom. And man, you know what? I don't think people are reading any of it. And in the meantime, I've got this, connect on social media, but it doesn't have the links. So I got all this junk. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Oh, it's like 8 years later. I'm going to cry. And then you paste. And then look, guys, there, right there is your new one. That's pretty cool. So let me go ahead and then save this. So save changes. And now here is your new email signature. Now you can type it at the beginning. And test this out. And you can send it to yourself to just make sure that all the links work. So if you notice right here, they do all work right there. But then there it is with what does it look like? I'm drawing a blank. A letterhead. Now, one more thing I do want to go back in and do though, because I'm noticing it's not justifying over to the right. I do want it to do that. Actually, I think this may be set up the way it's supposed to be, which is, let me go back to my settings here, because you may run into the same thing. Let's make sure we're doing this right. See all settings. And then go down to the signature at the bottom. So I did in my other account, I did something a little different than this. Let's see, there's the signature. And then notice it says alignment. And I guess I could go to the left. Let's see when it goes to the left what it looks like. Let's save it first. And then one other thing is insert signature before quoted text in replies and remove the line that precedes it. I'm going to check that off because that's what I did in my alt account. And now let's see what that looks like, because now I think that'll be exactly what I want. Yep. So it took away that line. And then obviously right there is where you're going to type in the middle. So depending on whether you're on my mobile browser, this looked great. It does still look to me a little bit like, oh, wow, look at all this white space around it. When you send it, I'm going to send it to myself. Test is my subject. And then I'm going to type in my line here, test, test, test. There it is right in the middle. Let's see what it looks like. Somewhere in here is my phone. What's in my pocket? See how it looks on a mobile phone. See, on a mobile phone, it looks exactly the way I want it. So that's kind of up to you whether you want to have it centered in the middle, if you wanted to go over to the left with it. I really like it right exactly where it is, because that is kind of putting that in the center of everything. And then when you reply to everything, I mean, it's a little bold, but I got to tell you, I like it better than digging all the way to the bottom of an email to find out people's information. And then again, look here, you can go on and in a new window, clicks into whatever social media product it is. So I'm going to start using this. I hope you guys will consider using it as well. It's going to match exactly then to the one you have set up in Wise Agent. So they're going to look identical, which means in theory, people are going to notice less and less between when you're in your regular email and when you're sending out an e-blast, because sometimes I think that is jarring when there's a difference. I'm going to open up and check and see my question. I have 0 social media icons on my default. Laura, that's because you haven't set up the right default yet. Let's go in and do that. All right. So Laura, just this one's a little review for you. And I may have talked too fast earlier, and I can always, again, cool thing with Wise Agent, they have 24-hour-a-day help too. In your email signature, you're going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to select, see where it says white and teal 2? You've got to select that one. You have to select that one. And that is your new, you want to make that your new default. See where it says make my default? So there's 2 things for Laura, for you that I want you to do. Number 1, select that email signature. And then you got to scroll down to the bottom of all your different choices to find that one. And then click on make my default signature and then save. Okay. That's how you get that, all those at the bottom. Because remember, I had Wise Agent design this one just for us. So that email signature, you have to select it and go all the way down to the bottom and see it's got those already pre-built for you. I'm hoping this message is, yes, I figured out. I'm gonna have to call them my one email template to choose from. Okay, not sure what's going on in your account, but everyone in Wise Agent has, let me say this again, everyone in Wise Agent has all the email signatures to choose from. So to the left over here, you click on email signature, and maybe Laura, it's just not loading quickly. I'm not sure. So yeah, definitely email them, send them an email. They are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They blow my mind with that. And guys, let's start to think about for fall. You know, it's a little slower in the market. What can we do to freshen up our marketing? Well, I'll tell you, this is one thing right here. This is one thing right here. Having those social media links in your every single email you send out, every single communication. I've started using this in my e-blast to other realtors. Haven't used it with you guys yet. And it's funny, all of a sudden I had like 7 more YouTube subscribers the other day. I thought, why is that? There's the proof. So hope you guys use that. If you are from other companies and have Wise Agent, awesome. I just gave you a new tip. If you're not there, maybe you want to come here. We would love to have you. I am interviewing agents right now, new and experienced. I've got a couple interviews over the weekend, a couple coaching sessions over the weekend, and I'll be back in the office on Monday. So thank you guys very much for being here tonight. Play with it. If you have any issues, Laura, get on the email or call Wise Agent. They are crazy responsive. I love it. And it's the actual staff themselves that works the product. That's what's mind-blowing to me. It's not like, here's a 2 a.m. in the morning ticket number and someone will get back to you on Monday. It's the live help. And I have driven them nuts at 2 and 3 in the morning. Wink, wink. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you for being on Find Out Fridays at an unusual time. We will be back with you shortly. Bye-bye.